we had climbed up on the roof, and everything was shaking, and then suddenly the waves came in. It took over everything, and things were getting washed away, and houses were getting torn up. Eventually, when all the waves went away, my grandma and grandpa had died, and we were left with nothing, basically.
In a subduction zone, you have the continental plate and an oceanic plate. And the oceanic plate is moving towards and then underneath the continental plate. And this is causing a lot of tension, which builds up over time. And eventually there's so much tension that something has to give. And this causes an earthquake.
At 38 degrees, 32 minutes north, and 142 degrees, 37 minutes east, 72 kilometers off the northeast coast of Honshu, the largest of the Japanese islands, and 130 kilometers from the city of Sendai, the northwestern Pacific tectonic plate subducts under the southern tip of the Okhotsk plate as part of the Japan Trench. At this spot, on March 11th, 2011, at 2:46 p.m., about 29 kilometers below the surface, a massive undersea megathrust earthquake occurred. This earthquake had a magnitude of 9.1 and lasted a full 6 minutes. The earthquake, which almost exclusively affected the Tohoku region of Japan, would be the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan, and the fourth most powerful in the world. The worst was only a few minutes away.
さっきの人は？
An upthrust of 6 to 8 meters along a 180-kilometer wide seabed, about 60 kilometers offshore, created a huge tsunami that at its highest was about 40.5 meters high. The populace would only have about 8 to 10 minutes of warning. The tsunami would travel up to 10 kilometers inland and inundate an area of approximately 561 square kilometers, and wash away 101 evacuation sites. Despite the Japanese government investing in the equivalent of billions of dollars in their anti-tsunami seawalls that line 40% of its coast and stand up to 12 meters high, the tsunami simply washed over the top of some of them, and even collapsed some others. While the earthquake was indeed destructive, it was a tsunami that claimed the most lives. Moreover, 16 cities across the Miyagi, Iwate, and Fukushima prefectures were either heavily damaged or completely destroyed. In all, the earthquake and tsunami claimed 19,747 lives. 6,242 others were injured, and to this day, 2,556 people are still missing. In one particularly tragic occurrence, 74 children and their 10 teachers drowned at Okawa Elementary School. In the city of Ishinomaki alone, 3,553 people died. Despite the earthquake's destruction, the tsunami was the real killer. 90.64% of deaths were by drowning. 340,000 people were displaced. Snowfall and freezing temperatures, especially in and around Ishinomaki, severely hindered rescue efforts. 45,700 buildings were destroyed, and 144,300 others were damaged. Moreover, the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, because of its inadequate protection against tsunamis, suffered a meltdown after its cooling system failed, causing the world's worst nuclear disaster since Chernobyl. The earthquake and tsunami did at least the equivalent of $360 billion in damages, making it the costliest natural disaster in history. And even now, just over a decade later, Japan is still recovering.